Welcome, curious crafters, to the 1 hour Saturday Spotlight. Today we'll be highlighting Jumping Frog Dream Creations. Any questions that are seen up in the chat will be asked at the end of this 1 hour interview. Now, in a moment, Miss Krystal will be coming up onto the screen. And I ask of her, Miss Krystal, please try and ignore the chat. Do not look at the chat. Try not to look at the screen as best you can. And then when you are ready, give me a thumbs up and we will begin. She's given me the thumbs up, guys. She's given me the thumbs up. So, welcome up, Miss Krystal. Ta-da!
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
Welcome in, Miss Krystal.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that's okay. It's all right. It's what I do. Anybody in the chat, please don't think we're ignoring you. We're not. Any questions seen, like I said, they will be asked at the end. So even if you ask them near the beginning, don't worry. They're saved, they're banked, and they will be asked. Now, Miss Krystal.
Yes.
Shall I begin the timer?
Yes, you may.
And 1 hour on the clock from now. Miss Krystal.
Yes.
Who inspired you to start your main craft?
Actually, nobody. I actually am self-taught. I was looking at magazines one day, said, ooh, I want to do that. And that's how I started.
That's a very interesting way to start. It's normally somebody you've gone, oh, I like what you do.
Yep. No, I actually went to the store, seen a magazine and liked it. And I'm like, oh, this is something I could do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well done. With regard to your channel,
yes,
what can we expect to see in your videos?
A lot of comedy bits, just like having fun. Of course, my frogs, and hopefully soon some tutorials, if I can ever get it right.
Comedy bits. Well,
yes.
You comedy? I can't see it. You've said what inspired your craft, but what inspired you to get onto YouTube?
I'm gonna actually have to say my best friend and partner in crime, Have a Yarn with Charlie. She started everything about over a year ago. Me and her were discussing things, and I'm like, oh, this is something I'm a little interested in. I'll give it a shot.
And just like that, she did.
Yes, I did.
The bullet was fired. So what was your very first video about?
My very first video that I actually ever put up was just the introduction and a couple of the pictures of projects that I have made, and most importantly, my dream box. Because I designed my own dream box.
Do you have that to hand?
Yes, I do. And it's 9 feet wide by 6 feet high.
That's not an excuse. Why is it not in front of you right now? Just imagine it, guys. It's there. It's long. It's hard.
Yep. You guys can actually see. Yes, and you guys can actually see on multiple videos of me inside the dream box and outside the dream box.
There you go. Now there's a good plug. Well done, Miss Krystal. So what is your ultimate favorite thing to make?
I actually love making children's play sets. That is my favorite thing in the world.
So,
And customizing them.
can I ask what craft is mainly used for these play sets?
Plastic canvas, 7-inch mesh plastic canvas.
So quite sturdy
Yeah.
work that's going on, and the end result is something that can hopefully last a fair while.
Yes, actually what I make can actually last, if it's properly taken care of, it can last up to 100 years. And it can be passed down to generations.
Awesome, well done. So with your craft, do you actually sell it, or is it purely for the home?
I actually do sell them. It depends on which one. I actually have a binder that I want to post one of these days up on my channel. And that actually has everything I make inside of it.
Awesome. That's pretty good going. So with your selling, when you do, how do you go about pricing the items?
I go, honestly, everybody's been telling me to go 3 times of what I purchase. And some of the things I do agree with the price, but some of them I don't agree with. My price is variable, very, very, very much. I have projects that I sell from $10 to $20 up to hundreds, if
Wow.
not almost thousands.
So could it be that if somebody winked enough at you and blew you lots and lots of kisses and said frog a lot of times in a sentence, that you may well drop the price a little bit?
There's been times I have done that, yes.
She's not afraid to admit it.
Nope, I've done it. I don't
So
mind.
anybody in here that's watching, listening right now, you know what to do, okay? You're in the know. That's your coupon. Can you let us know? See, she's off. She's off. I knew she would be. Can you describe what your channel is all about to someone that has no clue who you are, never looked you up?
Yes. My channel consists of me dressing up in costume, doing plastic canvas pieces, and just having my chit chat episodes. And I'm going to be adding a couple of new things. And that's going to be my tutorials, and it's going to be Froggy Adventures.
Ooh.
And I can't wait to start that soon.
Very good, very good. So we have future videos all planned out. Well done. So when it comes to your craft again, what is your favourite medium or material to actually work with? You say that you've got your plastic canvas. Is that strictly your ultimate favourite to work with, or do you prefer working with something else?
My ultimate is my plastic canvas, but I do have cross stitch and latch hook and macrame knots.
So which is the one that you can turn around and go, do you know what? Any day of the week, any time, I don't care. Stick this in front of me. I love it.
My plastic canvas.
I tried to steer it away, guys. I tried to steer it away. Didn't work. In that case, what would you say your crafting strength is? I'm not on about your muscles. Well, I mean, it might involve your muscles. But
No.
what's your crafting strength?
Patience.
Oh, very good.
Patience. because right now I am working on a project that is 2 feet high. I'm sorry, 2 feet wide, uh, 2 feet high, 2 feet wide, and the dimension on the inside is 15 inches.
Flipping heck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. For those paying attention, please pick my jaw up off of the table because I need it.
Yes.
Wow.
And this is huge and completely frustrating to no end, but I love a good challenge. I love a
Wow.
challenge. Like, for instance, little table that I'm ready to out the window.
Now, patience, Krystal, patience.
Yeah. Lots of them.
If patience is your strength, what is your kryptonite? What is your weakness? Probably patience again, by the sounds of the table.
No. It is, believe it or not, it would be my house getting messy behind me, kids yelling and screaming, fighting, and not being able to concentrate. That's what takes a major toll on me.
Well, if it's taking toll, remember health comes first.
Yes.
No matter what, plastic canvas just comes below health, okay?
Not in my world.
Did you expect your channel to reach as many people as it has so far?
Never. I would have never thought. I only been on my channel since April or May, and I've been on it for less than 6 months, maybe a little over 6 months, and I've been looking like 100 subscribers a month.
Wow.
Yes.
She's happy. She's a happy little frog.
Yes, I am.
With regard to you've already mentioned your family. You've got family, you've got mess, you've got chaos, you've got everything going on around you. How do you find the time to do your craft?
At 3 a.m. in the morning.
That'll be why she brought us out this early. It's the only time she has to call her own.
Anytime after 12:30 a.m. From 12:30 a.m. to about 8-9 a.m. So I give myself 8-9 hours to work. And then when the husband gets up, he gets up with the kids, so then I can sleep. And then,
husband. We all need one.
Yeah.
So blah, blah, blah. Let me get my words out. Start again. What has been your biggest success so far? Whether that be regarding your actual YouTube channel or regarding your craft itself?
I'm going to say my biggest success right now is starting up my website. And I have 2 patents out right now for my own personal design. And once I start making a very, very decent cash flow, which is over 100 grand, I can actually get the NFL to help license me.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I will ask you now to save me asking a little bit later. You've just mentioned a website. Now, am I able to put your website down in the description for those that are in the chat and in the replay? Or is it not quite there yet? We'll have to
It's not quite there yet. It's almost ready, but not quite yet.
Watch this space, guys. Watch this space. Or don't stare at this space because then, the world goes by.
Well, you can actually post it and they can get regular updates on it. Because I do have that on my business cards.
See, that could be good. That could be good.
Yes,
We'll
we
sort
can.
that out at the end. Well done.
Okay.
Okay, so if that's your biggest failure, you know what's coming next. Biggest success, you know what's coming next. It's going to be your failure. What is your biggest failure so far?
When I get too overwhelmed, everybody knows about the baby. The baby's actually my niece. And when we start having a lot of issues with different family members, that cuts a big toll into different things. And then that's when I notice I start getting behind, I start getting depressed, and it takes me a while to pull myself back out of my little shell. That's one of my biggest failures, is thinking about too much in too little of time and not stepping back and looking at the bigger picture.
I'm still trying to work out about frogs and shells. I just didn't know they went together. But sometimes I think that's a really good lesson for anybody that is watching. You have to step back every now and again. Don't be so blinkered with what's right in front of you. Step back, look around, see what's going on, and then calculate what your next move is going to be.
Yes.
It's a good little tip. Now, I don't want you to start drooling over the poor little frog that's under your arm getting suffocated right there. But is there a particular item for your craft that you would buy despite the expense? It doesn't matter how much it is, you will grab it because you know you need, want, have to have it.
Yes. And I can't get to it right this second. It is going to be a Barbie size plastic canvas dollhouse. And it is 4 feet by 4 feet. And has 9 different rooms.
And they're all Barbie sized.
It's all Barbie sized, yes.
I take it that's not Barbie moving around sat on her bum. That's full blown.
Yep.
Stood up Barbie.
She can stand up. She could go everything in that plastic canvas. It's a regular size Barbie dollhouse. And I believe on the top floor, it can actually hold up to 18-inch dolls.
That's some big dolls.
And that's all made strictly out of plastic canvas.
Wow. Flipping heck.
Yep. I already have the price for that. It's going to cost me roughly $1,500 to $1,700 to make.
Well, that's a nice little stocking filler to have for Miss Frog. Anybody wants to fill her stocking, or should I say stockings house? Flipping heck. Wow. Okay. See, she's off in a Barbie dream world now. She's like, Barbie house.
I do want to start making that, like, so bad. I just don't have everything yet. It takes 700 pieces of plastic canvas.
You need to move out, Krystal. If you're going to do that, move out. You're probably going to be moving into the Barbie house.
Well, did you hear about what's going on?
Oh, there's a lot of things going on. What have I or have I not heard now?
I am looking at buying a house, and I'm waiting for an answer. I get the answer tomorrow. If I get approved for this house, it has a huge storefront. I will actually have an actual walk-in store.
Sorry, my jaw was on the floor again. I'm like,
yep. Oh. I'm going to be making an actual store.
Good girl.
Yes.
Well done.
I'm excited for that.
I would applaud you, but it'd be very unprofessional. Well done. Now, you say tomorrow. Is that actually tomorrow, Sunday, or today,
Oh,
Saturday?
that'll be today at Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
In less than 12 hours,
Yes,
she will have an
know.
answer.
Fingers crossed.
So you'll have to go over to her channel and find out what all her screaming is about, whether it's good screaming or bad screaming. I'm sure there's going to be screaming. I can sense it.
You're 100% right.
Good luck, Miss Krystal. Good luck.
Thank you.
Now, aside from YouTube, aside from the plastic canvas, what are your other interests? Frogs.
Yes, my frogs. My gardening. I love cooking, and I do puzzles. And it's not your regular, they are regular jigsaw puzzles, but they have a twist to them. They're all made out of different shapes.
Oh.
So they're shaped puzzles in 3D.
Oh. I tried one of those once and I thumped it.
I actually am going to be making, after I'm done with the Princess Castle, I have a display case made for my 3D puzzle, and I built it 4 times already. It's all of New York City, downtown Manhattan. It's New York, New York. And it's 8,000 pieces.
Oh, is that all?
And it ends up just about, I think, 18 inches high. It's a nice puzzle.
You really do need to move out. You realise this. You need to move out. You have to. There's going to be no room for humans in that place.
That's why I'm in my living room.
With regard to, I'm gonna say your craft. What would force you to stop crafting?
I would honestly say, because this has already happened, it would have to be the baby. The baby needs so much work, so much devotion, so much attention, so much love, that I have actually put everything to the side just for her for months. For months.
Well,
and then I come slowly back to it, and then I back off again. All depends on how the baby is.
I guess that kind of answers the next question to a degree, which was, have you ever given up just to end up coming back at a later date? But you've said you've done it a couple of times now.
Yes.
In this instance, I can honestly say, as a personal thing, which I shouldn't do because it's not very professional, but as a personal thing, real life has got to come first. Whether you're a YouTube creator or just a watcher, your real life is happening right now. YouTube is still going to be there.
Correct. Correct.
With regard to your channel, do you go seeking feedback? Do you trawl comments looking for people saying you're great or you're awful? Do you seek that feedback, or do you just bypass it?
I actually, once in a while, I will read the comments, but everybody's all different. Everybody's not going to like everybody. And I'm the type of person, if I get a negative feedback, because I actually just had this happen. I did my very first tutorial. I had a few people that liked it. I had a few people that knew what I was doing, but I didn't explain it properly. And what I did is I took all that criticism and I embraced it. And this way, when I go and try and make that video, I know what I can do, what I can't do. So I don't mind criticism.
Good girl. She's a good little frog. Good little frog.
Ribbit.
How do you decide what to make next?
I really don't actually. I have about 15 different projects started, and then I kind of get bored with the one, and then I'll put that to the side and I'll start a new one. Now right now I'm on a Mary Maxim kick, I can say. So I want to build all my Mary Maxim series right now.
There's
And
another Christmas idea.
yes, and I want to actually time these to see professionally on how long it will take for me to do one. So I would love to know what my time limit is.
I can almost see the outline of, is it an Empire State Building in the shadow behind you? And I don't know what the other building is. I want to say the Statue of Liberty on top of a great big pedestal, but I know it's not. It is? See that, people? I know America. I know America. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I look in the backgrounds and I'm like trying to work out these shadows. Like they're pointing. They're pointing. What are they?
That is actually part of my puzzle.
There you go. I'm good. Okay, getting back to you, Miss Krystal. Sorry, I apologise. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Can you give an example of when you thought outside of the box or the Barbie dream house?
Actually, yes. It was this is gonna sound absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness gracious. I was down at my parents' house and all the men were in their man cave, which was my dad's garage, and they were playing with paper footballs and flinging them and going like this and trying to get them through the goalie. And I'm like, and then that's when I got my idea for my patent to do a football themed plastic canvas with an actual football. And I got the idea from all the guys and I brought it up to their attention. And they're like, oh, can you add like one or two players that can kick? And I'm like, actually, yes, I can. And it just popped into my head. I'm still in the process of designing a couple things on it.
That's pretty cool. That's some good imagination and thinking there. Well, I want your no, I don't. Hang on. I better shut up quickly. So, okay. So that's thinking.
I'm sorry, no, I'm not acting professional.
Straighten the tie. Okay, Miss, with regards to your crafts, whichever they may be, even if it's just a plastic canvas, do you end up researching trends or particular materials, or do you stick with what you know?
Actually, I like to venture and I like to figure out what works for me. And if I really, really like something, for instance, the 7-inch plastic canvas that I use goes very good with a 4-weight yarn. And I've been doing a lot of experimenting with a 1, a 2, and a 3 ply of yarn, and I really like it. But it's super, super thin.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been playing around with it, and it's been working great. And I love just venturing out and finding different things and working with different things, like my jingle bells.
Like what?
I cut you off guard. My jingle bells.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Is it safe to show your jingle bells?
Actually, yes. Oh, there's my threader. It was on the tree.
There it is.
here it is.
Sparkly, sparkly.
And this is all made with different lace.
Very pretty.
Yes.
So is that another thing that you would be willing to sell, or is that no? That's the home only.
No, this is one of the pieces I actually sell. And it's all made out of lace, gems, beaded garland, and jingle bells.
I want some jingle bells.
I will send you some jingle bells.
It's in my head. I'm singing Jingle Bell Rock, but I know I can't drop my professionalism. So we will move right along. So we'll do one more question, and then I will pause the interview for a moment. A moment.
Okay.
Why should we subscribe to you?
I would say everyone should subscribe to me for different content, just for variety. One day I could be doing cooking, one day I could be out going for a hike, one day I could be doing a craft, and it won't even be plastic canvas. It could be painting, coloring, blending. It could be numerous things. So you don't ever know what you're gonna get, and that's especially true with my lives. Every live I do, it's something totally off the wall and different, or dressing up in costume.
So basically, if we need a really good pick-me-up, subscribe, watch, enjoy, have a laugh.
Yes. Definitely.
Well done. Okay, I'm pausing there. We are literally halfway through. This is a time for Krystal to drop her professionalism, as you can see. This is where I address anybody that is in the chat right now. Or if you are watching the replay, it still counts. If you have questions, they are not being ignored. The chat is not being ignored. You are not being ignored. Don't worry. Leave a comment, post your question, drop us a little line. Stop it. And we will get to you, either you, if you're still here, or we will get to your question and then your answer will be sent to you some way, somehow. But don't worry, we're on it, because we're on it. Okay, right. Okay, I'm going to start the timer again. So, Miss Krystal.
Yes.
Has the way you've worked with any of your crafts changed since you first began doing them?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, definitely. They have gotten bigger.
You don't say. Only thinking of the dream house, nothing else.
They have gotten more bigger, more intricate in detail, more colorful. To me, moving parts that people wouldn't normally think of with plastic canvas, like having doors open and close, windows open and close, all that type of stuff. Just the intricate detail.
So as things have gotten bigger, everything else has gotten smaller with it to a degree.
Yes.
Sounds really scary.
Not necessarily. I have one that you can see. For instance.
Oh, that's a proper American barn.
Mm-hmm. But
It's got a person inside. A cow? Oh my gosh.
It's a Lego kit.
Oh wow. Look at the oh, I so want to see a moo moo in there. Oh wow, proper little opening gate.
Yeah. The shelves, the saddles, and the ropes. There we
Oh
go.
my gosh.
And it's Lego size.
That is so cute. And it's safe too.
Yes. Yep. Everything is built to last. No child can choke on anything.
No
It is
sharp corners.
no sharp corners. No nothing.
Well, you didn't have to shave yourself with it, but you know, I believe you. I believe you. That is so cute.
Tap goes back on.
Wow. And just wait, next year she'll be making a life-size one. Let's see. She's like, woo.
I actually do have one. And I was gonna start on it.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot more intricate than that one. A lot of pieces, very intricate. I can't wait to make that one for you guys.
Interesting. See, there's another reason to watch. Life-size barn.
Yep.
Plastic canvas.
With
I like that because it's blue. Not for any other reason. It's blue.
but it goes to a farm set, the little wishing well.
And it's proper little, each brick is individual.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like, you remember how I was telling you about the 1 and 2 ply and 3 ply?
You tell me nothing because you've never met me before. Look at all those individual bricks. And the detailing around the windows too.
Yeah. This is all lattice work. Yep. That's the Princess Castle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can see from where I was to now where I'm at.
We're scaling up, people. We're scaling up.
Yes. We have to.
Well, if you need to live, you need somewhere to live, I guess.
I can live in a plastic canvas house.
It might be a bit difficult when the winds come, but you know she'll make it work. She will make it work.
You huff and you puff and you blow the house down.
No. Okay, next question. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Okay, right. Now you're gonna love this one because it plays on your strength.
Okay.
Name a time when your patience was tested. Regarding your craft or YouTube, not your kids. Oh, she actually
My tutorial. My tutorial. My patience was tested with the tutorial, and my patience was tested when I was making my baby hat that turned into a purse or something.
Something that turned into something else.
Here, you crochet.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
To
There's a lot of interestingness at the bottom of that or the top of that, whichever way you put it.
crocheting is my nemesis right now. But I'm trying.
I can't say that's a bad thing. I mean, okay, there's the bit that's together is questionable. But overall, for somebody who doesn't crochet, that's a pretty darn good job.
Yes, I actually don't crochet. I'm very, very beginner.
Did you hear that, people? Yes, she doesn't crochet.
And
Gotta be New York, right? Gotta be New York. But still, okay, so was the tutorial on the hat or was it on something else?
It was I was trying to do a tutorial with the hat, and my patience was tested so much. I'll be open and honest. I end up breaking my phone because I threw my phone.
And there she says patience is her strength.
It was tested. I tried and tried and tried and tried, and I didn't know if it was me. I don't know if it was the camera, the way I was. Nope. So this was my one thing I made that I tried to take a video of, and the video does not exist.
We'll pretend it does not exist completely. We will edit it out of this live chat right now. Editors, onto it. Okay, so let beans. That's the only thing really that you've homed in on. We're going to concentrate on your plastic canvas for the moment.
Okay.
And I want to ask, for a beginner plastic canvasser, does that work? Is that what you call yourself, plastic canvasser? What advice would you give to an utmost beginner?
I would say start off with very, very easy patterns, a very easy stitch, and know your tools, know your canvas, know your yarn. Because those were the mistakes I made because I was self-taught, and I made a lot of mistakes. Yeah. You got to have a little bit of knowledge behind it. And when I do more of my videos, I'm actually going to have a section of what tools I use, what kind of patterns I use, what kind of yarn I use, and what I use with my plastic canvas.
So again, she's plugging her channel. Good girl. Well done. I'd pat you on the head if I could reach, but social distance. There you go.
Yeah, social distance, but my frog can.
The frog can. There you go. Right now, what is holding you back from taking your craft further?
My commission piece.
Fair enough.
my commissioned craft off piece that should have been done over a month, almost the beginning of this month.
I'm guessing the person on the other end has to be showing a lot of patience right now.
Yeah, like this little table.
You love it. You embrace it.
I do. I do love it. I do embrace it, but sometimes it just pushes my buttons a little bit.
You buttons? Never.
Zipper.
Well, we'll go with zippers. She doesn't have buttons. She has zippers. They're much easier. What's your favourite thing about having your own channel?
I can just be me. Me and Charlie can goof around and have a lot of fun. I can be, if I want to have a serious discussion, which I have had with my viewers, I could do it. If I want to just be a complete goofball and go in an inflatable costume, I could do it. If I want to walk into the store with 100 balloons on me, I could do it. I could just be me, and everybody gets the true me.
It's nice to be an individual and be unique because nobody wants to be a sheep.
No.
Well, actually, sheeps are quite woolly, and then I could crochet myself, but that's a different matter. Okay, but it's good. You've got to be yourself. You've got to be an individual, and you've got to be yourself. Well done.
Yes.
When you go to YouTube, away from your channel to somebody else's, what is the one YouTube channel you always go and look for first?
I'm going to have to say JP Videos. JP Videos.
And why?
He's my favorite. He's another variety channel. So any given time you can go on to his, and they could be a paranormal investigation. They could be at an abandoned house or abandoned park. And it's just a lot of fun. I get a kick out of the paranormal. I really do. I like it.
Another interest. For anybody who is a little bit intrigued by that, we will get JP videos put in the description below, underneath our crystals, of course. But if you want to go and check out JP videos as well, by all means. We're not going swimming with the froggy. I thought you were going to start doing front crawl or something with the frog then, or breaststroke. I was unsure. But we'll put it in the description below for those that want to go and check out JP. And now, similar question. Similar.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you love to see in your channel that you haven't already? Who is up there that you really want to... It might not ever happen, but it might. Who would you love and just go, fangirl, if they came into your channel?
Okay. I actually have had that happen. It was
me, wasn't it? It was me.
It was actually JP, but there's one person hired him, and that's Omar Gosh TV. Omar Gosh TV. I would probably faint or have a heart attack. Omar.
Let's hope they don't end up in your channel then, really, because heart attacks aren't a good thing.
Mine would be. I think the whole entire world would hear me.
I can't imagine that at all, Krystal. Not one little iota. So JP is your go-to, but yep. Oh my gosh, TV, that'd be proper fangirling. We need the defibrillator. Bye-bye Krystal time.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my.
Okay. What is your absolute favorite thing about having your own channel?
I could put up the content I want. I have control of what I want to post. And one day, if we want to just have fun, we can have fun. I have complete control over it. And that makes it feel like kind of like my own boss.
You can almost see the little glint in her eyes when she says that. And it's not the reflection on the glasses, it's the proper glint in her little eyeball. I am the boss.
I can put on whatever I want, and no one can't tell me no. Unless it's YouTube itself.
Which we'll actually get to in the next question.
Yes.
Very nice little plug. And no, she doesn't know the questions that are coming because I'm going higgledy-piggledy at this. If you had the capability, what would you change about your channel? Let's say there are absolutely no limits whatsoever. Okay, that might have been overly emphasized. What would you change about your channel?
Music. Being able to play music and dance and sing and karaoke and music in general. I want music.
I like that little answer. I do like that little answer. That's kind of made me smile. Well done. I don't think anybody's come up with music yet. Well
Music.
done.
I actually am a musician.
See, now she didn't say that in her interests either, guys. Did you notice? She's a musician, but she's not interested in it. But she's interested in it. So
No, I am. I am interested in it. It's just that I don't have any of my instruments anymore or equipment. I used to actually be in a band many, many years ago.
So once upon a time when you were a toddler, you were in a band.
Yes.
What did you play?
I played the guitar, 6 and 7 string guitar, and 4 and 5 string electric bass. And sang. And the name of the band was Poison Ivy.
You're not supposed to plug the name because it's bad.
It was my name I came up with.
It's not the point. The owner will strike me out. You wait. We'll come out this interview and she'll sue me. Shouldn't have said my name. You said your name. It's not the point. It's in your video. Now you've mentioned music, so I will go on to a question about music. Do you listen to any music while you're crafting? If you've got your own time, do you stick the radio on or a CD or whatever the hip kids listen to these days? I think that's a yes.
Yes.
Those that can't see, she is nodding. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So what do you listen to? Careful how you say it, but what do you listen to? You don't have to be careful. I'm being stupid. Go for it.
Everything. Everything. Jazz, classical, hip hop, rap, R&B, heart and soul, 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, death metal, country, you name it, I listen to it, even if it's in a different language, like Spanish and Jamaican.
Interesting.
All types.
Interesting. She's a little bit of an eclectic. Interesting. Okay. I'm almost certain I personally know the answer to this, but it's not my interview, so I can't answer for her. So, Miss Krystal, how long did it take you for you to be confident in front of the camera?
No time. No. Even during my very first video, I was comfortable because before I started doing this, I was already in front of thousands and hundreds of people, doing security, working at concerts, and doing when I used to be a DJ.
So
yeah, you guys are finding out.
You were born to be on the screen, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah. On average, how long does it take you to put out a non-live video?
Anywhere from 2 weeks up to 3 months.
Well, I would say average. So are we looking at 2 weeks is your average? Gee whiz. But hey, let's face it, editing can take a little while. Which part of the editing process do you actually like? Do you have a favorite part of the editing process?
Music.
First she says we can't have music, then she says music is part of her editing. Is that when you're editing you listen to the music and you enjoy it, or the music that you actually put into your videos?
The music I actually do put into the videos, the music that I could put into without getting in trouble with copyright.
We don't like slaps on the wrist.
Right.
um, are you the sort of YouTuber that does any collaborations, or are you willing to do a collaboration?
Yes, yes, I do want to try to do one, and I haven't figured out exactly on how. And I'm working on a special collaboration right now with JP Videos.
No wonder she's plugging JP videos a little bit. JP will have to get up and and listen. Get getting plugs just as much. So, are we allowed to get a sneaky peeky into the planning process of what might be, or is it? Well, no, you'll just have to come along and watch out.
I'm no, there's going to be a video that's going to be up, and then we're going to be doing a live. And I do love doing collaborations because, of course, everybody knows my partner in crime, Charlie. We collaborate all the time.
Now, for those who don't know, who is Charlie?
Charlie is Have a Yarn with Charlie. She's a crochet, and she's a crochet and craft channel, and we just have a bunch of fun, and we are complete goofballs.
So, do you think we can put her channel in the link below too?
Yes, because you guys will see me over there a lot. We have different segments that we do together. We have different costume bits. That's where a lot of the comedy on my channel comes from.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, Have a Yarn with Charlie should be down in the description. It will take around an hour, up to an hour, to put that in. So anybody that's in here now, please bear with it. It's not in there this moment, but should be up within the hour. Anybody watching the replay, hopefully it is in there. Watch that space. Okay. Krystal, where do you hope your YouTube channel will go?
I hope right now what I really, really would like, and money really doesn't matter to me. I want to be able to get on my phone one day. If I feel like doing a live, I can go, "Ooh, I want to do a live," and just get my 1,000 subscribers and say, "Okay, we're going here for today. Hey guys, this is what we're doing today. This is what we're cooking today." Or I would just love to be able to do my actual lives from my phone. Love to.
That's a nice little realistic dream to have.
Yep.
The YouTube channel. So well done for keeping it real, girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay, so here's one that I ask everybody. Uh-oh. Again, no drooling on the frogs. If your craft room could get a complete makeover, completely free of charge, what would you have done? Describe it to us.
It would be a pond with frogs.
Now, let me rephrase the question. If your realistic craft room could get a realistic makeover, completely free of charge, which of course is possibly unrealistic, but what would you have realistically done?
Made it into a pond. What I mean by a pond is I have actually started this at my old house, and I actually had an actual craft room, and it was called Jumping Frog. It was called Jumping Frog's Room. I did half the wall, so underneath, so halfway down from the base of the floor was actually all blue, and I painted water lilies all over the place, and I actually taped a couple of my frogs onto the wall. And then the top piece of it was flowers and represented a sky with mountains It was very, very nice. That was my tranquil area. And then I had a little fountain that sat on my desk with the water. And that was my pond. I loved it.
So she really does mean a pond.
Yes.
Need a water feature in there somewhere, like a wall waterfall, or
I had an aquarium with my frogs in it.
That's close enough. I mean, yay! I want to see it. I want to see it.
I would have to make a quick video and put up all my pictures of my pond.
I think you should. I think you should.
Yes, I will.
Okay, we have time for one more of my questions, and then if there's anybody in the chat with a question, we will take it to them. So, which one shall I go for? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Catch a froggy by its toe. If the froggy howlers, let him go.
Do froggies have toes?
Yes, see?
Yeah. Okay, last question from me then.
Yes.
When you go traveling, when you go on holiday, when you go outside of an hour away from home, do you take a craft with you to do, or do you leave it at home and take the break?
All of my crafts stay home. When I am out on vacation or definitely out of state, none of my crafts go with me. They all stay home, because to me, that's family time. That's precious. You can't get that back. I can come home and craft anytime I want. And spending time with the family, I can't replace that.
I like that answer. Right, my darling, your time with moi is done. You can now hip hip hooray to your heart's content. Now we're going to she's off. We're going to take it to the chat. I don't have to be professional anymore. Get it off, you nut. We're going to take it to the chat. I've seen two questions come in. Maybe staff have picked up on another, but the first question was, bear with me. No, that wasn't the question, but bear with me. Ingrid's Inspirations has asked, Krystal, how did your channel name come about?
My channel name is actually something very special to me, and it represents me. I'm constantly jumping around being goofy, so that's how I came up with jumping. Of course, I love frogs, so that's where I got frog. Dream, I got from, if I can dream it, then I can make it. And that's where the dream creations come in from. Jumping Frog Dream Creations.
Lovely. Thank you very much. I'm hoping that answers the second half of Ingrid's question, which was then what inspired you to name it, but I'm pretty sure that answered it. So well done.
Actually, what inspired me? No. What inspired me to actually make my name was Charlie. Because my original name was going to be Wacky Frog Creations. And she's like, that's going to be too hard. People aren't going to be able to think about it. So me and her kept brainstorming. And then she ended up coming up with Dream Creations. And I'm like, well, Frog Dream Creations. And I'm like, that's when we both of us hit Jumping Frog Dream Creations.
Ingrid, I hope that has fully answered your question. If it hasn't, let us know in the chat below if you're still here. If you're not, let's say it's answered the question. The next question, which I'm pretty sure we know the answer to because we've seen part of it, but let me get her name properly again. I apologise. I'm unprofessional. She's now Little Black Chocolate Chip. You would know her as Heather.
Yeah.
She has asked, has the Princess Castle been completed? Is it finally finished?
No. I'm gave myself a brand new deadline. I had to stop for 2.5 weeks. I had something major come up with the baby, and it was very important, and I had to stop and I had to set it aside. I am right now 3 weeks behind schedule. So what I want to do is I'm giving myself this personal deadline of December 23rd. And if it is not done by December 23rd, I'm going to be very, very, very disappointed in myself.
Well, you better get a move on and stop talking to silly people on the other side of the pond.
See?
We're blaming the table. We're blaming the table, guys.
Yes. This table has you guys can't actually see it, but this table has 7 different pieces to it, and it's a pain in the arse.
Now, bottom. Yes. Okay, I've got 2 more questions to come up. Anybody that's in the chat now, you've got this time to think of any other questions that you would like to ask. Oh, there's a third one come in. Any questions that you want to ask before we shut down? So there's 3 questions so far. Let's see if any more come in while we ask these. So the next one comes from Cocktails and Crochet with Coco. Coco! You mentioned that plastic canvas can last a very long time if taken proper care of.
Yeah.
How does one properly take care of plastic canvas?
There's actually 2 different ways. You guys can actually take care of it and make it really, really last. I use Mod Podge. And what I do is I get a razor, I shave off all the fray, and I spray it down with Mod Podge. If you don't want the Mod Podge and you want the actual feel, we shave it, but you have to make sure it doesn't go by heat. It needs to stay away from sharp objects, and the yarn needs to be clean and with a damp cloth and let it air dry. And that's how you can actually withhold the plastic canvas together.
Now, I have to ask, for someone on the other side of the pond, Mod Podge isn't a thing. So what is Mod Podge?
Mod Podge it's a gloss, and I'm looking right at the spray can. It gives it a shine. It's a little bit tacky. It's sort of like an adhesive.
So is it kind of like PVA glue?
Yes, that's the best way on how to describe it. Yes, except it's completely clear. It's a completely clear coat, and you could spray it. You could spray it, or it comes in a little jar and you could brush it.
Thank you very much. That was my own personal question. I mean, I know what Mod Podge is, but I know we don't get it over here. So for your international viewers, I wanted to clear that little bit up. Okay, next question. The Yarny Mom has asked, where did your passion from plastic canvas come from?
Looking at different catalogs and seeing if I was actually able to do it. I am self-taught. I really don't have I really don't have it's so hard because I just picked it up. I walked into Joann's. They had a plastic canvas catalog. I was standing in line looking at it, and I'm like, ooh, this is something I think I could do. And I started flipping through it. And then I met Charlie. She gave me a bunch of catalogs, and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm going to do.
And thus a frog was born. Or
Yes.
reborn, as it were.
Our Froggy was reborn.
She was reborn. I hope that helped Miss Yanni Mom. I hope that answered it. And the last question we have for the moment, unless one comes in during this one, the last one we have is from Say It With Squishy Yarn Crochet, who has asked, is there anyone on YouTube who inspires you?
Yes, actually, there is somebody, and it does come with the plastic canvas, and it's under Annie's catalog. If there is a stitch or something I don't know, and I have sat here for over an hour figuring out, I will check out Annie's catalog with Melissa, who does tutorials, and I'm hoping one day I could be like her and could do really decent classes.
Okay.
So her name's Melissa with Annie's catalog.
Right, guys, I hope that has inspired at least one of you. At least one of you. I hope it inspires a few of you. But please go and check out our Krystal over at Jumping Frog Dream Creations. Her link is in the description below, as well as it has been popping up in the chat. I'm trying to be professional here. As well as been popping up in the chat throughout as well. This is where we shall let you go. Thank you very much for joining us, Miss Krystal, to be in your spotlight. Well done. Thank you for answering the questions. Stay where you are. Everybody else, thank you very much for joining us. Take care, and we hope to see you over at Krystal's. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed the interview. Mwah.